Hi guys, so we're gonna resume Arica's adventure, the scenario for Arica with Ivano and his grandpa. And this is gonna be day 11. We finished up day 10 in the supermarket, and right now we're gonna start day 11. So here we go. So basically, we were able to kill the soldier in the supermarket who was trying to take advantage of the citizen trying to scour and scavenge in the area. I showed you guys in the previous video how to do that. Um, I'm gonna give you tips and tricks as we go along. I may repeat myself from previous videos, and just to make sure that you guys understand the game. It's not easy, but it's also not hard. You just need to understand the concept, the game behavior. It's full of bugs and mess up, because you can go past that if you just can tolerate it, but it's pretty enjoyable if you can get past that. I did a couple of videos earlier than this, and the game crashed on me, so unfortunately I have to start over, and then I did not post the other one because it was missing the full ending of the day. So here's the boy. He's trying to talk to you because he's hungry. I mentioned in my previous video, if someone is hungry and you have the food for it, the resources, go ahead and give them. Otherwise, you don't want to get them sick, tired, and sad and broken. Usually put the bed next to the exit or the entrance, and this way, whoever's scavenging at night come back and sleep in the bed. As you can see, he wants to talk. I can talk to him also. So that's gonna take some time, so we can go to a different person. Sveta, I chose her because she's good with children. We have a child in the game, so we have to make sure that the child is happy. They can get really annoyed by your action, especially if you steal or kill. So Sveta will help us kinda negotiate that. I want to upgrade the kitchen, and then the stove, and you can see I need like just 12 component, which is easier to get. The reason why, as mentioned in my previous video, is because you can save on material to build cooked food. Cooked food is almost the same as canned food, except of course it requires a lot of materials. And you can see the boy is no longer sad or anything. He's just plain playful. You can go back to Arica, let her rest for the remainder of the video because she's very tired. And let's see what we can do with Sveta. Here you can see I have my income of meat. Like I mentioned in my previous video, it has 2 traps. You get 2 meats. The meat, you put in 1 meat, let's say, and then you get 2 back. So basically you always gain in 1. It's not much, but that's how the game is. It's free income of meat from unlimited rat, basically. If you get fertilizers, which you pick them up when you scavenge, that's good, so you don't have to waste making a fertilizer from the meat. You just use the fertilizer that you found laying around. You can, I think, only have 2 traps, so basically that's a max that the game allow you to. We can check in a minute, but here is again, I can do scavenge and get fertilizers, put them in here, and I'll save the meat. So you can see I have 6 meat right now. So here I'm going to show you guys, you can see that I have 2, it says you have 2, so it's not allowing you to build more. In this case I don't have the material for it, but I've seen it before where I don't think you can build more than 2 traps. I may be wrong, well check it in the next video or so, when I have enough material. You can build the food planter, and that's basically going to give you vegetables once you upgrade it. That comes along later on. These are the items you need to upgrade the certain workshops. The light is for the planter, the mixer for the workshop, the gun, and other things. This is basically for the furnace. Here I have my advanced metal shop, and you can see I need to upgrade it. I need more material, but so far I can build the saw, which is really useful in some inaccessible areas. And I always have two, so I just I have material right now. I just have two in my shop in case I'm going to an area where I know I need a saw. You might not know it the first time, but you can find out after your first visit. So most areas when you visit the first time, you don't know what to expect unless you played the game many times before and you know what to expect. But I found it that the game mechanic is allow it to randomize the items you scavenge, or not much the enemies or the NPCs as you call them. That sometimes stays the same. You need the axe to break boxes, crates, cabinets, basically, and you get wood and firewood out of it. And that basically you'll find out when you build your own, when you got your first shelter, you have some cabinets and wood, and after you got the axe, you start breaking them down and you got free firewood and woods. So we have enough material to build one. You pay attention to how much you're spending. On the right hand side you see a 5 and a 9 for the gun parts or weapon parts. The 5 is what you need to build something, and also on the wood side you see 5 also, so you need 5 weapon parts and 5 wood parts. Your right hand side is the total. I'm not sure why they did that, but basically it's like a division type of thing. They made 5 of 9 what you have, and 5 over 25 is what you have. So that's the design of the game. You see I already have a lockpick. Lockpicks are useful if you want to go to a place where you want to steal and nobody can hear you, because the crowbar will make a lot of noise, and so people can hear you. Unless you're in a closed area, nobody can hear you. The shovel, you already have one. Basically you remove rubbles, and you basically had to build one in your own shelter when you first started. I didn't do a walkthrough from day one. I may do it on a different scenario. Right now I want to finish the Arica scenario. So we can build the hatchet. And I don't have the handyman, like I mentioned that in my previous video. If you have a handyman, you'll save on material when you're building things. And if you have the cook, you can actually save material on cooking. But of course, you're gonna have one guy just to get cooking. I would rather get a handyman that helped me with a lot of other things. Katya will help you in bargaining with Franco. Boris will carry almost 17. He has 17 slots, so he's the best guy to carry things. But of course, he's just too slow to fight. Or usually, I only use him when I use Arica or Marco or anybody else to clear the area from enemies. Built a radio. You guys need always a radio. It's not necessary, but it's really useful information. It tells you what's going to happen, what's been happening. Like it tells you the temperature is going to go down, so you don't have to say, oh, I have to get more firewood if it's going to get colder. And here it tells you what items are being available or not available, and then you expect the prices to go up. So if you've had coffee, you might save it to trade it with Franco. But I find it no matter what it is, Franco always beats you. It's just because he knows you need the stuff. So, and here you can see me adding firewood to the furnace, and you can see the temperature on top is rising up. You can see now the icon changed because now I have a hatchet. I can, kind of clear my bed. I don't want to be, so be careful. If let's say if I press it by mistake, I can just move and then cancel the action. And then I can sleep because she's slightly wounded, and then sleeping actually clears the slightly statuses, but not the heavy statuses. The heavy statuses will take some time, like 2 or 3 days, and sometimes it can get worse. So you run the risk of being very sick or terminally sick, or So don't take that risk if you have this stuff. You see the kid, it doesn't take that much food, so he's just there for moral support, basically. I'm gonna move Arica after she gets fully rested, and the day lasts about 10 minutes in total, and 10 minutes at night, so a full day is 20 minutes. So I try to make my videos short, but right now I want to show you guys more in the day what's happening. Zooming out, zooming in may change the video quality. So if we are fighting or trying to sneak on someone, I like to zoom out so I can see ahead. Very good tactic. And you can see the day is going to end soon, and we're not going to be able to get Arica, so I can just end the day now by just pressing the circle. And let's see what's going on here. Yeah, I can zoom out. Yeah, it's not showing me. Okay, so I was going to show you guys here, but I need to move some of the guys. Basically, I cleared the area with the hatchet after I scavenged it first, and then I built a hatchet and got rid of all the breakable cabinets and chests, so I could get wood and firewood for free for my own shelter. Okay, so here you can see the Ivano, like I mentioned in my previous video. He's sleeping in bed. Henrik is his grandpa, so he's sleeping next to the child to comfort him. Not got any ideas, guys, and so we can keep it that way. And because I like to the grandfather to stay close to the child, it's better to have Sveta comfort him, because she's good with children and she loves children. As you can see her status, she's hungry, slightly wounded, content, and tired. And then Henrik is very hungry, slightly sick, and content. So she has more statuses to deal with. And so he has less statuses to deal with. So we need to guard. If you guys don't guard, you're gonna get raided. However, if you guard, you'll have a chance of getting better result. If you can guard with 2 people, it's better. But in this case, it's better. Has money statuses that we need to clear out, so we have sleep in bed. Now Arica is my main character, of course, because she's a scenario, and I'm gonna go scavenging with her again. Not sure where to go now, because we explored the supermarket, and I showed in previous video how to get rid of the soldier easily with just using a normal shovel. Basically, you could have done it with a crowbar. You need some sort of a weapon. I tried it with just fist. It is kind of hard. It's just not successful. So you can try it if you like and see what happened for you. If you follow the video that I made, sneak on him and see if you can fist him to death. Good luck with that. Okay, so we got this kid sleeping. We got Sveta is gonna sleep with child, I think. Let me check here. It's hungry, very hungry. Yeah, sleep with child, so you can trick it, sleep in bed, and then this guy's trick it and sleep in bed. It's not working. So it's only letting me Henrik sleep with child, which is okay. There was a way to trick it, but it's not working right now. Unless I make him sleep. You can see that it says sleep. This one's sleep, and the boys sleep. And now I see the option has cleared. And then if you make Sveta sleep in bed, let's see what happened to here. Yeah, so it's not allowing me. Okay, so in the previous things it was allowing me to have the child be comforted with Sveta, but now it's not letting me. Since Henrik has less statuses to deal with, we're gonna make him guard. Let's see now if he's gonna sleep in bed. Sleep in bed. Nope. So it's not working, guys. So anyway, so he has less status to deal with, so we're gonna have him guard. Arica's gonna scavenge. So this is the supermarket. It shows you on the top, as described in the previous video, that the 33% tell me that I scavenged 33% out of 100%. Quiet house has no percentage, just means I have not been there before. See, as it says not visited, and then blank on top, so no scavenging been done. In here I scavenged about 64%. Here 97%. So basically I'm done with this area. I take the axe, I can break the whatever material left over there, like cabinets, closets, whatever's left. Semi-detached house, I think I've been there, and it says on top visited 2 days ago. So this is useful information, guys. You just read it, don't ignore. Read every description, and it tells you what's in there, what to find. If you're missing food, you find it there. If you're missing material, you find it there. Tools and weapons, huge amount of weapons. So detached house I already visited in the previous videos, which I did not post. I had issues editing it, and I ended up saving the game while auto-saving, so I could not post it. I just deleted it. I didn't want to feel like I didn't want to put unfinished video. So here I'm gonna go to this area. I'm gonna show you guys what I did there, and I'm gonna take the hatchet with me. I don't need the shovel, everything has been shoveled, and I don't need the lockpick because I have the crowbar somewhere, and I just need one saw. You need 2 saws in there, but you know, there's a way you can bypass the saw area and get the material, which I already did. You don't need a gun or weapon or anything. Basically your hatchet is really your weapon if you sneak on someone. So I'm going to go ahead and scavenge and briefly describe what happened in this area. I'm going to try to title them day by day. If you guys are interested in that, you don't have to watch all of them, but I'm going to try to finish Arica with day by day. Here you can see there's a saw area here. I'm not gonna use it because I've already been there by jumping around it, and I already cleared most of the area. What I did, I went to the hatchet, I scavenged first, of course. So first you need to scavenge before you do the hatchet, or you can do vice versa. I found out, like, you know, sometimes you lose material. Is there probably a glitch where, like, you know, you destroy the cabinet before scavenging it, and then you run the risk of losing the material inside. And sometimes you don't, and sometimes you do. So most of the time I don't take risk. If I have room, I scavenge it, clear everything, then hatch it and get the wood and the firewood it gives me. So here we're gonna show you the area where I needed the saw and I didn't have before. The area below it is where the other saw is, as you can see. I'm not gonna waste a saw on it. So be careful, you know, and more resourceful with your material, because they're not easy to come by. So you need to be careful what you use it on. If you can bypass a saw and get to the next area without it, that's fine. I don't need to open this, but you guys are welcome to do it. But what happened is, what I'm trying to show you, like, you know, if you don't need to open this door, don't open it, because you already know what's behind. What's gonna happen is that if you have a crowbar, you're gonna see try to deteriorate. So don't do things that you don't need to do. It will save you on materials. I mean, your tools wearing out. Basically, your hatchet is gonna wear out, your crowbar. Your lockpick is only one-time use, so you lose that. So here's some of the materials I found, and luckily I was able to pick it up, all of it. And you can see, look, I mean, I'm trying to go, and the game bugged out and didn't let me go out. So I went back and forth, and now I can get out. I cleared this area. You can see the citizens are scared of me, but they're not hostile, because I killed the person who was hostile to me. She had a shotgun. Unfortunately, I mean, I could not kill her. I didn't have to kill her, but it would have made it harder for me to scavenge in here, and you know, I need to scavenge. So here I'm gonna tell you what I guys did. I scavenged the whole area, and every time I get full, I'll put it back in the fridge. So you can save things in your fridge, in your locker, in your chest. Anything basically that has a door becomes your safe haven for in that area. Here, this one requires a saw to get through, but I don't need to. That is if you were trying to sneak in, but I'm not sneaking in anymore. I already cleared the area. You can see these guys, they say, hey, I beg you, don't kill me, whatever. So I already killed the hostile person, and when I did, the kid was sad. In fact, he wetted his bed and started killing me bad things. So I mean, basically the game trying to be realistic. I mean, this was based on true story. I found out. I tried to get more information about it. They did not do a good job describing the events and all that. But you know, it's just a game you can enjoy. Here I like to get stuff that I need, like you know the sugar. You can use it to build distillery and then make alcohol and basically sell it to Franco. But what I like to do, get the material that I need the most. Okay, so even the hatchet, your crowbar, you can put back. So you take your food. Okay, a cigarette. I mean, your tenants like to smoke, so you want to get that. Go ahead, all power to you. You're already making food, so you may skip getting that. Your herbs are good for making medicine, so you're gonna need that later. You can leave the hatchet and crowbar here. They're not going to disappear. I tested that many times. You can get your components, sugar you can get to sell, weapon parts, get most of it. And basically you got to figure out what you need the most. You know, it's like if you need bullets the most, get that, even if it's one bullet, right? That you need to build toys for the child that you have. Guns, I mean bullets, making bullets, it kind of costs a lot of material. So I'd rather just scavenge for the bullets instead of making the bullets, but that's your choice. You guys do whatever you like. So now you can see that I got most of the material. So if I come back here, I'm not going to need a crowbar. I'm not going to need a hatchet. So you can take those back to inventory in your shelter. I'm gonna remove the bullets because I need the electrical. Oh, I took it out. So I'm taking back the hatchet and the crowbar because I don't need them anymore in this area. And then here is, I took the electrical, the weapon parts, some bullets, even though I have enough bullets at shelter. And here I get the material to cooking, and canned food are ready to eat. So basically these material will just wait for me until I come back next night. And that would be the end of this video, guys. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.